High risers, welcome to the journey of Rise, Relentless, and Success. Part 1. The beginning of the journey. Have you ever felt like the universe is conspiring against you? Like everything you try, every effort you make, seems to lead to a dead end? It's in those moments, when you feel like giving up, that your real journey begins. This is where you truly discover what you're made of. It's easy to float along when the sun is shining, but the real fight begins when you're stuck in the storm. And right now, at this very moment, the fight for your future starts. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. The world may not care about your struggles, but you can't let that stop you. You are stronger than you think. This is your time to rise, relentless, and never look back. Part 2. The call to action. So, what does it mean to rise relentless? It's more than just going through the motions. It's not about waking up every morning and doing what's necessary just to get by. It's about doing what others aren't willing to do. It's about pushing yourself beyond your limits, even when you feel like you can't go any further. When the weight of the world seems too heavy, when every ounce of your body screams to quit, that's when your true power begins to surface. That's when you decide to rise relentless. It's easy to say keep going when things are good, when the path ahead is clear and the wind is at your back. But what happens when everything is against you? When you've given your best and your best doesn't seem to be enough? When you've reached your breaking point, when the road feels like it has no end? That's when you need to dig deep. When the world tells you to stop, you decide to rise again. That is the essence of being relentless. Being relentless is about a mindset that refuses to back down. It's the belief that no matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times life knocks you down, you will rise again. And you will rise stronger, wiser, and more determined. Life is tough, but you are tougher. You are tougher than the obstacles, tougher than the setbacks, tougher than the doubts and fears that try to hold you back. You are a force of nature, ready to break through anything that stands in your way. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up. Every time you fall, you're learning something new. Every time you feel defeated, you're growing stronger. You're building resilience in a way that only those who have been through the storms can truly understand. This isn't about playing it safe. It's about embracing the struggle and using it as fuel for your growth. Your story isn't written by the moments you fall, but by the strength it takes to rise again. And when you rise relentless, you become unstoppable. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you will keep going. That is the kind of energy that turns the impossible into possible. When you believe that you're unstoppable, that's when the universe has no choice but to get out of your way. You're not defined by your setbacks, but by how you face them and keep going. Failure isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter. Every challenge, every hardship, is simply an opportunity to show yourself and the world just how much strength you have within. It's not about avoiding the challenges. It's about meeting them head-on and conquering them. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. When you keep going, even when the odds are against you, you define your future. It's those moments when you decide to keep moving forward, despite the challenges, that determine who you will become. It's easy to quit. It's easy to throw in the towel. But when you refuse to quit, when you decide to fight with everything you have, you create a future that's full of possibilities. This is your call to action. Rise relentless. When life challenges you, meet it with unshakable belief. When the world tells you no, you tell it, watch me. You are the one who gets to define what happens next in your story. The fight for your future starts the moment you decide to keep going. Rise relentless, because you have everything you need to succeed. The only thing standing between you and your future is your willingness to rise again, no matter what. So get up, stand tall, and keep moving forward, because your future is waiting for you, and it's brighter than you can imagine. Part 3, the challenge. Life doesn't hand you success on a silver platter. It doesn't care about your comfort zones, your fears, or your self-doubt. The world is not designed to be easy. It's not designed to coddle you and wrap you up in a bubble of safety. It doesn't reward the comfortable or the complacent. It rewards the relentless. The ones who get up every time they're knocked down. The ones who push through the pain, through the fatigue, and keep going when everything inside of them tells them to stop. It rewards those who dare to rise above the challenges and face them head on. You don't get to sit back and wait for success to come to you. You have to earn it. No one is going to hand you your dreams. You won't get the life you desire by sitting idly, wishing things would change. The world doesn't owe you success, and it won't just give it to you. You must go out and take it. You must be willing to earn every inch of it, and that requires being relentless. The real challenge is not the world around you. It's not the circumstances, not the people who doubt you, not even the failures that seem to surround you. The real challenge is your own mind. Your mind is where the battle begins, because it's your thoughts that will either propel you forward or hold you back. There's a small, often silent voice inside your head that loves to whisper doubts, that loves to remind you of your past mistakes, your shortcomings, and your failures. It tells you you're not good enough. It tells you you can't do this. It says, this is too hard. Why not quit? But here's the thing. You don't listen to that voice. You refuse to let it define you. You don't quit. You fight. You fight against every doubt, every fear, every negative thought. You refuse to let your mind dictate your future. Because your mind is just a tool. You are the one who controls it. The challenge is in learning to silence that voice. The challenge is in overcoming the fears and doubts that live in your head and moving forward anyway. Every challenge you face is not a roadblock, but a chance to prove to yourself how much more you're capable of. Every obstacle you encounter is an opportunity to become better, stronger, more determined. It's an opportunity to prove that you are more than the sum of your failures. You are not defined by your struggles, but by how you rise from them. Every step you take toward facing the unknown, every decision to keep moving even when the road is unclear, is a victory. The challenge is not the world around you. It's how you respond to it. Will you fold under pressure, or will you rise relentless? The true test of your strength doesn't come from the battles you win. It comes from the battles you choose to fight, from the moments when you feel like giving up but push forward anyway. When the world tells you no, your response is watch me. In the midst of every challenge is the chance for greatness. You may stumble, you may fall, but every fall is a lesson. Every failure is a moment to learn and grow. With every obstacle, you rise stronger, more determined, and closer to the person you are meant to be. Every setback is a setup for a major comeback, and that's how you rise relentless. So, embrace the challenges. Don't shy away from them. Every difficult moment, every obstacle in your way is a blessing in disguise. They are shaping you. They are preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. The world doesn't give success easily. It's meant for the ones who are willing to take risks, face the pain, and keep moving forward no matter what. The universe rewards the relentless. This is your chance. This is your moment. Every challenge you face is a new opportunity to rise, relentless and unstoppable. So don't back down. Don't surrender. Face it. Fight for it. Rise above it. Part 4. Facing your fears. Fear is an enemy, but only if you let it control you. It can paralyze you, freeze you in place, and make you believe you are incapable of moving forward. But fear is not real. It's a mental construct. It's the feeling of standing at the edge, looking out into the unknown, wondering whether you'll fall or soar. It's that heavy knot in your stomach, the sweat on your palms, the hesitation in your chest. And if you listen to it, if you let it take over, fear will hold you back from becoming the person you're meant to be. But here's the thing. Fear is just a feeling. It's a temporary emotion, and like all emotions, it passes. It loses its power the moment you decide to face it. It can only control you if you allow it to. When you take the first step toward it, when you move towards it instead of away from it, you realize something incredible. It's not as big or as terrifying as you thought. Fear only grows in the shadows. The moment you bring it into the light, the moment you acknowledge it and confront it head on, you realize that it's smaller than you imagined. It's easy to run from your fears, to avoid them, to tell yourself that you'll deal with them later. But that's the trap. The longer you avoid your fears, the bigger they become. Fear loves to linger in the corners of your mind, growing stronger with every second you deny it. You don't defeat it by hiding from it. You defeat it by facing it head on. It's not the fear that defines you. It's how you respond to it. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has one thing in common. They didn't let fear dictate their actions. They didn't let fear tell them they weren't good enough, that they weren't worthy, that they couldn't do it. Instead, they used their fear as fuel, as motivation to prove to themselves that they could overcome it. Your future is shaped by the choices you make, and how you choose to face your fears will define your path. When you decide to face your fear, something extraordinary happens. You realize that it's not as strong as you thought. You see it for what it is, an illusion, a barrier that only exists in your mind. And with each step you take toward it, you feel more powerful, more confident, and more in control. That's when you truly begin to understand the power within you. You are stronger than your fear, and it's time to let go of the illusion that it holds any real power over you. Think about it. What is the one thing you're most afraid of? What's the fear that keeps you up at night? The one that makes your heart race just thinking about it. Now imagine facing that fear head on, embracing it instead of running from it. What would happen if you refused to let it control you? Would you rise above it? Would you conquer it? You are capable of more than you think. Fear has no power over you unless you give it that power. When you take that step, when you choose to move towards your fear instead of away from it, you will see a transformation. You will see that the very thing that once held you back was nothing more than a mental block, a challenge meant to test your strength. And when you conquer it, you'll realize that there are no limits to what you can achieve. So, don't run from your fears. Run towards them. Embrace them. Let them challenge you. Because on the other side of your fear is a version of you that is stronger, more resilient, and more capable than you ever thought possible. Fear is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of your growth. Every time you confront it, you grow. Every time you face it, you win. And every victory over fear brings you one step closer to the person you were always meant to become. Part 5. The power of persistence. Think about Thomas Edison. He didn't just invent the light bulb. He failed thousands of times before he succeeded. Thousands. But what's truly remarkable is that he didn't see those failures as defeats. He didn't let them break him. He didn't let them define his journey. Instead, he saw each failure as a lesson. Each failure was a stepping stone on his path to success. And that's the key. He kept going. Persistence is not about succeeding on the first try. It's not about getting everything right on the first attempt or even the 20th. Persistence is about keeping your eyes on the goal, even when everything around you tells you to quit. It's the ability to keep moving forward when the road is rough, when you're tired, when the results aren't coming fast enough. It's that refusal to back down, even when the world says you should. Edison didn't see failure as an end. He saw it as part of the process. He understood that every failed attempt wasn't a reason to quit. It was a reason to push harder. He was relentless. Every failure was just one more way to learn how not to do something. And every no was one step closer to a yes. What if Edison had given up after his first failure? After his 100th? Or his 1,000th? We would still be living in a world without electric light. But he kept going, and that's the power of persistence. Persistence isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to keep going, no matter how hard it gets. The journey won't always be smooth, and success won't always come quickly. You'll hit walls. You'll encounter setbacks. But in those moments, persistence is your ally. It's the force that propels you forward when everything else tells you to stop. You don't need to be the best. You just need to be the one who refuses to quit. The most successful people didn't get to where they are because they were perfect or lucky. They got there because they were relentless. They understood that the real key to success lies in the ability to rise after every fall, to keep trying even when it feels like nothing is working. It's easy to give up. It's easy to say, I've tried enough. This is too much. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. But the people who succeed, the ones who change the world, are the ones who choose to keep going. When everyone else walks away, they keep pushing forward. When the noise of doubt grows louder, they stay silent and keep their eyes fixed on the goal. Persistence is the difference between those who succeed and those who give up. It's the invisible force that makes the impossible possible. It's the quiet resilience that builds empires, the strength that withstands every challenge. When you persist, you're not just working toward success, you're building the foundation for it. Think about the countless moments in your own life when you wanted to quit, when you felt like throwing in the towel because the journey seemed too long, too difficult, when everything was stacked against you and it felt like you were moving in slow motion. But you didn't quit, did you? Even if it was just a small step, you took it. And that's what matters. Persistence doesn't mean being perfect. It doesn't mean that you won't make mistakes. It means that no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how many failures you experience, you keep moving forward. You keep learning, you keep growing, and you keep rising. Every mistake is a lesson. Every failure a blueprint for success. You are building your future one step at a time, with every ounce of persistence you pour into your dream. Because in the end, persistence is the key that unlocks every door. It's the power that turns setbacks into comebacks, failure into success, and dreams into reality. Persistence is the secret ingredient that separates those who make it and those who don't. And the best part is, you already have it within you. You just need to decide to keep going. The next time you face a setback, remember this. The greatest successes come from those who refuse to give up. The next time you're tempted to quit, remember Edison. Remember that it's not the failures that matter. It's how many times you choose to get back up. Persistence is your power, and with it, you can achieve anything. Part 6, the power of belief. Do you believe in yourself? It sounds simple, right? But belief is everything. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without belief, you have nothing. If you don't believe you can do something, if you don't have that unwavering trust in your own potential, then you've already lost before the journey even begins. Belief is the spark that ignites your passion, that drives you forward when everything around you tells you to stop. The journey ahead is not going to be easy. It's going to test you, challenge you, and push you to your limits. But when you truly believe in yourself, when you know deep down that you have what it takes, you'll find strength in places you never knew existed. It's like finding an inner reservoir of power that you didn't even realize you had. When you believe in yourself, you realize that you're capable of far more than you've ever imagined. Belief gives you the strength to face challenges head-on, even when the odds are stacked against you. We all have moments of doubt. We all have those days when it feels like the universe is testing us, try to break our spirit. But belief is what carries you through those times. It's the quiet voice inside you that says, "You've got this. Keep going." Belief fuels determination, and determination fuels success. Without belief, there is no determination. And without determination, there is no success. Belief is the fire that keeps you burning when everything else around you tries to put you out. One of the most powerful things about belief is that you don't need anyone's approval. You don't need anyone to tell you that you can do it. You don't need anyone's validation. You don't need to wait for permission to be great. As long as you believe in yourself, that's enough. The world will try to convince you that you're not good enough, that you can't succeed, that you should play it safe. But your belief in yourself is all you need to prove them wrong. Think about it. Every great success story begins with self-belief. Every person who has ever done something extraordinary, every person who has ever achieved greatness, has done so because they believed in themselves even when no one else did. They believed when no one else saw their potential. They trusted in their abilities, and they didn't let the doubts of others hold them back. They knew that as long as they had belief in themselves, they had everything they needed to succeed. You're capable of more than you think. You're more powerful than you realize. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is your belief in yourself. Once you tap into that belief, once you unlock the power that lies within you, nothing can stop you. Belief is the key that opens doors that you didn't even know were there. It's what pushes you to keep going when the path is unclear, when the finish line seems miles away. Belief in yourself is the foundation of everything. Your dreams, your goals, your future. But belief isn't just about thinking you can do it. It's about truly feeling it deep in your soul. It's about trusting that no matter what happens, you are capable. It's knowing that every challenge you face, every obstacle you encounter, is simply an opportunity to prove to yourself just how much strength you have. And even when the world tells you no, you tell yourself, "Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I am capable." Believe in yourself, even when it's hard. Believe when no one else does. Believe when the road is rough, when the future seems uncertain. Because your belief in yourself is more powerful than any external force, any challenge, any doubt. And when you believe, the world around you begins to change. Belief is not just a feeling, it's an action. It's a choice. Every time you choose to believe in yourself, you're taking a step toward your dreams. You are making a choice to rise, no matter what. When you choose belief, you're choosing the life you want to live, the person you want to become. So, the next time doubt creeps in, the next time you question your ability to succeed, remember this: you are enough. You have everything you need within you. All you need to do is believe in yourself. And with that belief, there's nothing you can't accomplish. Part 7. The strength in struggle. Life will throw curveballs at you. It will test you in ways you never thought possible. There will be moments when everything seems to go wrong, when it feels like the world is crashing down around you, and you have no idea how to rise above it. But let me tell you something, struggle is not your enemy, it's your teacher. We often look at struggles as obstacles, as things that are standing in our way. We wish they would go away. We wish life could be easier. But struggles are not just inconveniences. They are lessons in disguise. They're the tools that the universe uses to mold you, to strengthen you. Struggles are not sent to break you. They're sent to build you. The struggles you face today, the challenges you're enduring right now, are shaping you into the person you'll become tomorrow. They are carving out the resilience, the strength, the courage, and the wisdom that you will need in the future. Without them, you wouldn't have the grit or determination to succeed. You wouldn't know how to handle the victories when they come, because you would have never learned how to weather the storm. Every battle you face today is building the warrior you will be tomorrow. Every failure, every setback, every heartache is a brick in the foundation of your future. The struggles aren't there to defeat you. They're there to teach you how to rise again. They are refining you, testing your limits, and preparing you for the greatness that's coming. Think about the greatest warriors throughout history. They weren't the ones who never fell. The greatest warriors were the ones who fell time and time again, but always got back up. They weren't defined by their falls. They were defined by their rise. Every time they got knocked down, they got up stronger, more determined, more powerful. That's what makes them great. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you rise. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without challenge, there is no transformation. You can't expect to become stronger by staying in your comfort zone. You can't expect to reach your full potential if you never push yourself to face the obstacles in your way. The struggle is what gives you the strength to keep going, even when things get tough. It builds your character, your resolve, and your ability to face adversity head on. So, don't shy away from the struggle. Embrace it. Welcome it. It may not always be easy, but every struggle you face is preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. It's sharpening your mind, strengthening your will, and teaching you lessons that will serve you for the rest of your life. The greatest people in history didn't let struggle stop them. They let it fuel them. They didn't let the difficulties define them. They let the way they overcame those difficulties define them. Struggle is not a punishment. It's a privilege. It's the fire that forges the steel of your spirit. You are in the midst of a battle right now, whether it's a battle with yourself, with life's circumstances, or with the world around you. But the beauty of that battle is that you are not alone. You are building something inside yourself with every challenge you face. You are becoming more resilient, more courageous, and more unstoppable with every step. When the struggle gets tough, when it feels like you can't keep going, remember this. The struggle is preparing you for greatness. It is teaching you what you need to know to succeed. It is shaping you into the person who can handle whatever comes next. So embrace the struggle. Don't run from it, because every time you rise above it, you're one step closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. And when the victory comes, and it will come, you will know that it wasn't handed to you. It was earned through every moment of pain, every moment of hardship, and every moment you chose to rise. That's the power of struggle. Part 8, the battle within. The most intense battle is the one happening inside your mind. It's the battle between the part of you that wants to quit and the part that knows deep down that you're meant for greatness. Every day, you wake up to this internal war, the silent struggle that no one sees but you. It's the voice inside your head that whispers you can't, while another voice inside screams, you will. It's the fight between your doubts and your dreams, your fears and your potential. It's not the world around you that will stop you. It's the doubts inside your own mind that threaten to hold you back. And that is the battle you must win. Every morning, you wake up and face your own insecurities. You battle with the thoughts that tell you you're not good enough, that you don't deserve success, that you're not strong enough to reach your goals. These thoughts creep in when you least expect them. They tell you that you'll fail, that you're not cut out for the life you've imagined, that the obstacles are just too high. But the truth is, you are stronger than any negative thought you allow to take root in your mind. You have the power to choose which thoughts you give weight to, which ones you let define your future. The battle within is the one that you're constantly fighting every single day. It's a struggle to overcome the limiting beliefs you've internalized over the years. The doubts that tell you that you can't achieve your dreams, that you're not worthy, that you'll never be enough. But here's the truth. Those beliefs are not you. They're just the voices of fear, of past failures, of the opinions of others. And you don't have to listen to them. You don't have to let them control you. The more you push past those doubts, the easier it gets. Every time you stand up to your fears, every time you challenge your own insecurities, you grow stronger. It's like lifting weights for your mind. The first time you challenge yourself, it's hard. The second time, it's a little easier. By the 10th time, you're no longer intimidated by the thoughts that once held you back. You begin to realize that the doubts are just shadows in your mind, fading the more you shine your light on them. Every victory over your own thoughts is a step closer to victory in life. The true measure of your strength is not how well you handle the world around you, but how well you handle yourself. It's how you manage the thoughts that come up when you're feeling weak, how you silence the voice that tells you to quit, and how you push yourself to keep going when everything inside of you wants to stop. The more you win these battles within, the more prepared you become for the battles outside. The battle within is the only one that truly matters. It's the fight that determines the outcome of every external challenge you face. You may face external struggles, setbacks in your career, hurdles in your relationships, challenges in your personal life. But it's your internal strength, the strength of your mind, that will determine how you rise above those external challenges. When you can control your thoughts, when you can conquer your doubts, the world outside will have no choice but to bend to your will. The world is full of external forces, criticism, failure, rejection, obstacles, but none of them will matter if you win the battle within. When you have mastery over your own thoughts, the power to move past your fears and insecurities, you become unstoppable. Your internal belief becomes the foundation for everything you do. And when that foundation is strong, there's nothing in the world that can break you. It's time to take control of your mind. It's time to stop letting doubt define you. It's time to stop letting fear hold you back. You are stronger than any negative thought you face. You are more capable than any insecurity that tries to stop you. And when you win the battle within, you'll find that the rest of the world has nothing on you. Part 9, no excuses, no limits. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It's harsh but true. No one is going to hand you success because of the difficulties you've faced, the struggles you've endured, or the times you've been knocked down. The world isn't interested in hearing why you can't do something. It doesn't care if you've had a rough start or if the road ahead looks difficult. It's not here to listen to your reasons for giving up. What the world cares about is action. It cares about the results you're willing to fight for. Success doesn't wait for you to be ready. It demands that you take it. So here's the deal. No excuses. No limits. If you want something, you have to go out and get it. You have to take it. There is no shortcut, no easy path, no special treatment. Success is earned, not given. And no one is going to hand it to you on a silver platter just because you've faced hardship. You have to earn it by showing up every day, by pushing through the struggles, and by refusing to let anything stand in your way. That's the only way forward. You might tell yourself, I can't do this because I didn't have the right opportunities, or I'm not qualified enough, or I've failed before. So what's the point? But those are just excuses. They're the voices in your head trying to keep you comfortable, trying to keep you from taking action. The truth is, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how many times you've failed. What matters is your willingness to keep going. What matters is your ability to push past your excuses, your doubts, and your fears, and keep moving forward, no matter what. The real test of success is whether or not you're willing to keep fighting even when everything inside of you wants to quit. Success isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up. It's about taking imperfect action day after day without making excuses. It's about refusing to let circumstances control your future. The only thing standing between you and your success is the limit you place on yourself. If you believe that your circumstances define your potential, then they will. But if you choose to believe that there are no limits to what you can achieve, that the only limit is the one you set in your mind, then you will break through every barrier that stands in your way. Don't let excuses hold you back. You're capable of more than you think. The world doesn't care about your backstory. It cares about what you do next. It cares about your next move. It cares about your next decision. Are you going to give up? Or are you going to rise, relentless, and break every limit? Every time you tell yourself, I can't, you're putting a limit on your own potential. Every time you make an excuse, you're giving up before you even try. But you don't have to do that. You can choose to rise above your excuses. You can choose to rise above the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and the fear of what might go wrong. The only thing holding you back is the story you tell yourself. Change that story, and everything changes. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. There will never be a time when everything is perfectly aligned, when everything is smooth sailing. Life is messy, and success is messy too. But that's what makes it worth fighting for. Every time you rise above your excuses, you move one step closer to your dreams. Rise relentless. Break every limit. Make the world see what you're capable of. Make no excuses. Live without limits. Part 10. The drive to achieve. What drives you? What makes you wake up every morning, even when the weight of the world feels heavy? What makes you keep pushing forward, even when the path is unclear and the road ahead seems endless? That drive is your greatest asset. It's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. It's the fire that burns inside you, the force that propels you toward your goals, even when everything else tells you to stop. Think about it. When things get tough, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, what makes you keep going? What makes you take that extra step, even when you're exhausted? It's the drive to achieve. It's that hunger, that determination to do whatever it takes to reach your dreams. It's what pushes you to go the distance, to keep grinding when others are already giving up. Without that drive, you're just drifting. You're letting life happen to you instead of making life happen for you. That drive is the difference between success and failure. The drive to achieve isn't just about ambition or wanting something more. It's about the willingness to sacrifice, to endure, and to push past every obstacle that comes your way. It's about choosing to rise, even when you've been knocked down. It's about digging deep and finding the strength within you to keep moving forward, even when everything around you says to quit. There will be days when you feel like giving up, days when everything is falling apart and your dreams seem further away than ever. But in those moments, your drive is what will keep you moving. It's what will keep you standing tall when others are crawling. When you let that drive take over, there's nothing that can stop you. It's the engine that will carry you through every storm. The hunger to succeed, the need to prove to yourself that you can overcome, that's what makes you unstoppable. When the world tells you no, when everyone doubts you, it's that drive that will keep you going. It's that fire inside you that says, I will not quit. I will not back down. I will rise, no matter how many times I fall. Success doesn't come easily, and it doesn't come without sacrifice. But when you have the drive to achieve, you're willing to pay the price. You're willing to sacrifice comfort, sleep, and even temporary happiness for the long-term success that's waiting for you. You are building your future one step at a time with every ounce of drive that you put into your journey. Without that drive, you'll never reach your full potential. You'll be stuck in a cycle of wishing, of waiting for things to magically fall into place. But that's not how success works. Success is built by those who are relentless, those who are hungry for more, and those who refuse to let anything stop them. When you find that spark within you, when you let your hunger for success take over, you become unstoppable. And nothing, no obstacle, no setback, no failure can hold you back. The drive to achieve is more than just a feeling. It's an unstoppable force. It's the force that gets you out of bed when you'd rather stay under the covers. It's the force that makes you take action when everything else is telling you to wait. It's the fire that will carry you through every storm, every challenge, and every setback. So, ask yourself, what drives you? What is that thing that makes you want to keep going, even when the world says stop? Find that fire within you and let it burn bright. Let that drive fuel your every move. Because when you have the drive to achieve, there is nothing you can't accomplish. The journey won't always be easy. There will be days when you want to quit, when it feels like the weight of the world is too much to bear. But if you hold on to your drive, if you let it carry you through, you'll realize something incredible. You are capable of more than you ever thought possible. And nothing can stop you when you are driven by the hunger to succeed. Part 11. Finding your purpose. Why do you get up every day? What's your why? Have you ever stopped and really asked yourself this question? Because the answer to this question is the key to everything. Your purpose is the reason you fight through the struggles. It's what keeps you moving forward when the road is rough, when you feel like giving up, and when everything seems to be falling apart. Purpose gives you direction. It gives you something to hold on to when everything else seems meaningless. Think about the last time you felt like you were on the verge of quitting. What kept you going? What made you push through when every cell in your body screamed for you to stop? It was your purpose. Your why is the driving force behind every decision you make. It's the invisible energy that propels you toward greatness, even when everything around you tells you to give up. When you know your purpose, nothing can take you off track. Purpose is the compass that guides you through the storm. It doesn't matter how many obstacles you face, how many people doubt you, or how many times you stumble. When your purpose is clear, it's like a beacon of light in the darkness. No matter how lost you may feel, your purpose will always lead you back. But the challenge is finding that purpose. It's easy to get distracted by the noise of the world, the opinions of others, the pressures of society, and the expectations placed on you can cloud your vision. But deep down, you know that your purpose isn't something that can be dictated by the world. It's something that comes from within you. It's that fire in your soul that refuses to be extinguished, no matter how hard the world tries to blow it out. Your purpose is not something you stumble upon overnight. It's something you discover through the battles, through the pain, through the experiences that shape you. Your purpose is built in the trenches. It's not given to you. It's earned through the journey, through the moments of self-reflection, and through the trials that force you to ask yourself, what am I really fighting for? Once you find your purpose, everything changes. It becomes the driving force behind your actions, the reason you get out of bed every morning, ready to face another day of challenges. When you know your purpose, the setbacks don't seem as big. The failures don't feel as permanent. Every obstacle is just a stepping stone, a lesson, a necessary part of the journey toward fulfilling your purpose. And when the world throws curveballs at you, your purpose gives you the strength to stand firm and face them head on. Your purpose will inspire you to keep going when things get tough. It will remind you why the fight is worth it. When you feel tired, when you feel like you can't go another step, your purpose will be there to give you the courage to keep moving forward. It's the reminder that your journey isn't just about you. It's about something bigger than yourself. It's about the impact you can make, the lives you can touch, the legacy you can leave. But here's the secret. Your purpose isn't just something that's out there. It's not a destination or a fixed goal that you're working towards. Your purpose is woven into every action, every moment, and every choice you make along the way. It's not just the end result. It's the journey itself. The fight, the struggle, the perseverance, they're all part of your purpose. They're the fuel that keeps you going. So, find your purpose. Search for it in the quiet moments, in the reflection, in the lessons that life teaches you. Let your purpose become the foundation of your relentless rise. Let it guide you when the path gets unclear. Let it inspire you when the odds seem impossible. Because when you know your purpose, you won't just rise. You'll rise relentlessly, knowing that every step you take is bringing you closer to what you were always meant to achieve. Your purpose is the reason you were put on this earth. And once you discover it, nothing will be able to stop you. Part 12, The Road Less Traveled. Have you ever considered that the road to success is often the hardest? It's the road less traveled, the path that most people avoid because it seems too difficult, too uncertain, and too long. It's the road that demands everything from you, your time, your energy, your determination. It's the road where most people give up. It's easy to stay on the comfortable path, the one that's already paved for you, where the steps are already known and the outcome seems predictable. But that's not where the magic happens. The magic happens on the road that's uncertain, that's filled with obstacles and challenges. The road less traveled is the one that forges you into something greater than you were before. It's in the struggle that you find your true power. If when you face the obstacles that seem insurmountable, the moments where everything inside you says quit, but you keep going anyway, that's where you build the strength that no one can take from you. Because no one can take away what you've earned through your sweat, your tears, and your relentless pursuit of your dreams. When you rise above the obstacles, when you fight through the adversity, you gain a strength that becomes part of who you are. No one could take that from you. The road less traveled isn't just about reaching the destination. It's about who you become along the way. It's about the person you're shaping yourself into as you push past every obstacle, as you overcome every challenge that stands in your way. Success isn't just about the prize at the end. It's about the growth that happens in the journey. You're not just fighting for the external rewards, the recognition, the applause. You're fighting to become a version of yourself that's more powerful than you ever imagined. And that's why the road less traveled is worth it. Because it's not just about the victory, it's about the transformation. It's about the person you become when you learn to face your fears, when you learn to keep going even when the world says no, when you learn that you are stronger than you thought possible. The more you face, the more you conquer, and the more you grow. When everyone else turns around, when they take the easier road, that's when you keep going. That's when you dig deeper and push forward. The world is full of people who are looking for shortcuts, looking for the easiest way to the top, looking for the path with the least resistance. But you're different. You're not afraid of the struggle. You're not afraid of the challenge. You understand that the real victory comes not from the destination, but from the journey itself. Because you know that the struggle is what prepares you for success. It's the obstacles, the setbacks, the times when you wanted to give up that will build the character and resilience you need to truly succeed. And it's those very things that will make you appreciate the victory even more when you reach the end. The road less traveled isn't easy. It's messy, it's painful, and at times, it feels like you'll never get there. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments where you show the world who you really are. And when you finally reach the top, when you finally achieve your dreams, you'll know that you didn't take the easy way. You didn't take the shortcut. You didn't quit when things got tough. You took the hard road, and that's where the real magic happens. The greatest rewards come from the hardest battles. You're not just fighting for success. You're fighting to become someone who is unstoppable. You're fighting to build a legacy that can never be erased, a version of yourself that's more powerful than you ever imagined. That's the real journey. And when you look back at how far you've come, you'll realize that every struggle, every setback, every time you thought about quitting, it was all worth it. Because the road less traveled is the one that will take you to places you never thought possible. And the person you become on that journey will be someone who can take on anything the world throws at you. So keep going. Embrace the struggle. Because the road less traveled is where the greatest transformations happen. Part 13. Building resilience. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build, something you develop over time. Every challenge you face, every failure you encounter, is an opportunity to strengthen your resilience. The more you face the storm and keep standing, the stronger you become. Resilience is built through the battles you fight, the wounds you heal, and the strength you gather from every hardship. Every time life knocks you down, you have a choice. You can stay down or you can get back up. And the power lies in the getting back up. It's in those moments when you feel like you can't go on that your resilience is tested. And it's in those moments that you must rise again. The ability to rise each time you fall is where your true power lies. It's not about never falling. Everyone falls. It's about how you get back up, how you take the lessons from each failure, and how you use those lessons to fuel your next attempt. Resilience is not just about enduring, it's about growing. With every setback, with every challenge, you're shaping yourself into a person who can handle more. You're becoming someone who doesn't crumble under pressure, someone who can face adversity head on and keep moving forward. Resilience is what turns failures into stepping stones. It's the quality that allows you to turn every setback into an opportunity to become better, stronger, and more determined. Let's face it, life isn't easy. It's filled with obstacles, disappointment, and failure. But there's a beauty in the struggle. The struggle shapes you, refines you, and transforms you into someone who is capable of handling anything. Without the struggle, you wouldn't have the resilience you need to achieve your dreams. You wouldn't be able to keep moving forward when the going gets tough. But with every challenge, you build resilience. And with every ounce of resilience you build, you become more capable of facing the next challenge. Your ability to bounce back from the toughest moments is what sets you apart from the rest. It's easy to stay down when life gets hard, but those who rise, those who keep fighting, are the ones who eventually succeed. Resilience is the difference between those who quit and those who continue until they succeed. It's the secret weapon of the determined, the fighters, the ones who never give up. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel pain, that you won't be scared or exhausted, or that you won't want to quit. It means that despite all of that, you continue to move forward. It means that even when life punches you in the gut, you refuse to stay down. It means that you understand that failure is not the end. It's the beginning of something better, something stronger. You've been through things that have made you doubt yourself, made you question your worth and your ability to succeed. But those experiences don't define you. How you rise from them does. The power comes from knowing that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you can always get back up. And with each time you do, you become more powerful, more unbreakable, and more unstoppable. The next time life knocks you down, remember, this is your chance to get stronger. This is your opportunity to show the world that nothing can keep you down for long. Your resilience will carry you through the hardest moments. It will give you the strength to keep going, to keep fighting, and to rise again when the world tries to bring you down. The real beauty of resilience is not in how hard you can hit. It's in how hard you can get hit and still keep moving forward. So keep fighting. Keep getting up. The more you build your resilience, the more capable you'll become of handling whatever life throws your way. And with that resilience, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Part 14, the power of consistency. It's easy to think that success is about taking big leaps, making grand gestures. We often look at the moments of great triumph, the big wins, and assume that success comes in a burst, that it's a single, life-changing event. But in reality, success is made up of the small, consistent actions you take every single day. It's not the big moments that define your journey. It's the little, everyday choices that shape the path you walk. Success isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily commitment. Think about it. Every successful person you admire didn't get to where they are with one huge breakthrough. They got there because they showed up every day, doing the small things, putting in the work when no one was watching. They kept pushing forward, even when the results weren't immediate, even when the progress felt slow, even when the world seemed indifferent. It's the dedication to those small, seemingly insignificant actions that builds momentum over time. And that momentum eventually carries you to places you never thought possible. The key is consistency. Success is not about taking massive leaps all the time. It's about waking up every morning with the intention to be better than you were yesterday. It's about taking small steps day after day, regardless of how you feel or what obstacles stand in your way. Some days will be easier than others, and some days you won't feel motivated at all. But that's where consistency comes in. Consistency is what keeps you going when you don't feel like it. It's the ability to show up, put in the work, and keep moving forward, even when the finish line feels far away. Every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you're building momentum. You're stacking one small victory on top of the next. And when you look back, you'll realize that all those small actions, those moments when you chose to keep going, have added up to something much bigger than you ever imagined. The power of consistency is that it compounds over time. Those small daily actions create a snowball effect, and before you know it, that momentum is carrying you toward your dreams. The truth is, success doesn't come overnight. It doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or hoping that things will magically fall into place. It comes from the commitment to keep showing up day after day and doing the work that needs to be done. The magic happens when you keep moving forward, even when progress seems slow, even when you can't see the immediate results. The hardest part of success is showing up when it's tough, when the results don't come fast, and when you feel like your efforts are going unnoticed. But that's exactly when consistency becomes your greatest asset. When everyone else is waiting for the perfect moment or looking for shortcuts, you're still putting in the work, still building your momentum, still moving forward. And while others might give up when things get hard, your consistency will carry you through. Remember, success isn't about waiting for the big breakthrough. It's about staying committed to the process. It's about having the patience to trust that the small, consistent efforts you're putting in will eventually pay off. You might not see it right now, but with every day you show up, you're moving closer to the life you want. Consistency is the key that unlocks the door to your dreams. When you stay consistent, you will start to see progress. And as you begin to build momentum, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. What once seemed impossible, what once felt like a distant dream, will now be within your reach. And that's the power of consistency. It's the quiet force that turns small efforts into massive results. So, don't underestimate the power of consistency. Don't look for shortcuts or quick fixes. Stay committed, show up every day, and keep putting in the work. Because in the end, those small, consistent actions will take you farther than you ever thought possible. Part 15, Overcoming Doubt. Doubt is a thief of progress. It sneaks in when you least expect it, creeping quietly into your mind, feeding you whispers of insecurity and fear. It tells you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that you can't do it. It magnifies your weaknesses, it highlights your past mistakes, and it constantly reminds you of every failure you've ever experienced. But here's the truth. Doubt is nothing more than a shadow. It doesn't have any real power over you. It only exists if you let it. The moment you choose to believe in yourself, doubt begins to lose its grip. It can only control you when you allow it to. When you choose belief over doubt, you stop letting fear dictate your actions, and you take the reins of your life back. It's a choice. You can either let doubt rule your mind, or you can make a conscious decision to shut it down. The power to overcome doubt is in your hands, and it starts with a simple decision. You choose to believe in yourself. But let's be real, overcoming doubt isn't easy. It's a battle that we all face at one point or another. It's human nature to doubt yourself, to wonder if you're capable, to ask whether you'll ever succeed. Doubt is a normal response when you're stepping into the unknown, when you're striving for something bigger than yourself. But just because doubt shows up doesn't mean you have to let it stay. You don't have to give it a seat at the table. You have the power to choose strength over fear. You have the ability to decide that no matter what happens, no matter what doubts arise, you will keep moving forward. The moment you decide that doubt doesn't have a place in your life is the moment that everything changes. It's the moment that you break free from the chains of your own insecurities and you start making moves that defy everything you once thought was impossible. Think about the times in your life when you've been at your lowest, when doubt felt overwhelming and insurmountable. Remember how you still kept going, how you rose despite it, how you pushed forward even when everything inside of you told you to quit. That's where your true power lies. The ability to rise above your doubt and continue on your path, even when the road is unclear and uncertain, is what sets you apart. Doubt is a liar. It tells you that you aren't enough, that you don't have what it takes, that you'll never achieve your dreams. But the truth is, you have everything you need to succeed. The only thing standing between you and your success is your willingness to push through doubt, to keep moving even when it seems impossible. Because you are capable, you are stronger than you think. The real power comes when you learn to recognize doubt for what it is, a temporary feeling, a fleeting thought. It's not a reflection of your abilities, but a temporary obstacle that can be pushed aside. And when you do that, when you push doubt aside, you start making progress in ways that once seemed unimaginable. You start moving closer to your goals. You start defying the limits you once thought were unbreakable. The power to overcome doubt is not in avoiding it. It's in choosing to rise above it. Doubt may try to knock you down, but you don't have to stay there. You have the strength to rise. And every time you do, you become more powerful, more confident, and more capable of facing whatever comes next. Don't let doubt steal your progress. Take control and let belief in yourself lead the way. The power to overcome doubt is in your hands. You are the one who decides whether to believe the negative thoughts or rise above them. And with every step you take toward your dreams, with every victory over doubt, you grow stronger, more unstoppable, and more certain of your path. The choice is yours. Let doubt control you, or let belief drive you forward. Part 16. The people who inspire you. Think of someone you admire, someone who has achieved greatness. What is it about them that draws you in? What is it that makes you look at their journey and say, I want to be like that? What did they do to get there? Did they take the easy path? Did they give up when things got tough? No, they didn't quit. They pushed forward, they fought, and they made sacrifices. They embraced the hard times, knowing that on the other side of struggle was something greater than they could ever imagine. Look at the people who inspire you most. Whether they are famous athletes, successful entrepreneurs, or people from your own life, the one thing they all have in common is that they never stopped. They didn't wait for everything to be perfect. They didn't wait for the right time or the right opportunity. They didn't wait for the stars to align. They took action. They created their own perfect moments. When things got tough, they didn't look for an excuse to quit. Instead, they found reasons to keep going. They fought for their dreams day after day, and they were relentless in their pursuit of success. They knew that nothing worth having comes easy. They understood that the road to greatness is paved with struggles, failures, and setbacks. And they embraced every one of them because they knew that each challenge was just a step toward their success. Now, think about this. What's stopping you from doing the same? You admire those who have made it, those who inspire you. But why wait for someone else to inspire you? Why wait for motivation to find you? You have the power to create it yourself. You have the strength to get up every morning, even when you don't feel like it, and take action, just like the people who inspire you. The difference between those who inspire and those who simply wish they could do something is action. Inspiration doesn't come in waves. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. You create inspiration by showing up, by putting in the work, and by relentlessly pursuing your goals. You don't wait for the perfect moment to start. You take the first step and trust that the rest will follow. You don't wait for the clouds to part. You make your own sunshine. Think about the sacrifices these people have made. The long hours, the sleepless nights, the moments of doubt. They didn't have it easy, but they kept going anyway. They didn't let fear stop them. They didn't let failure break them. They kept pushing because they knew their dreams were worth it. They knew that the price of success was nothing compared to the reward of achieving their goals. Now it's your turn. You have that same power inside of you. You have the ability to rise, to fight for what you want, to push through every obstacle, and to make sacrifices when necessary. Just like those who inspire you, you can create your own success. You don't need permission from anyone. You don't need the perfect conditions or the perfect timing. You just need to take action, because the truth is the only thing standing between you and greatness is the choice to take that first step. Look at the people who inspire you. They didn't wait for success to come to them. They created it. And so can you. You have the same strength, the same determination, the same potential to achieve your dreams. It's in you already. Now, all you need to do is make the choice to take action, to be relentless, and to start working toward the future you know is possible. So get up, take action, create your own inspiration. Be the one who others look up to. Be the one who keeps going no matter what, because you know that your dreams are worth the fight. Part 17, The Importance of Sacrifice. Greatness doesn't come easily. It demands sacrifice. Every successful person, every high achiever, every trailblazer you admire has paid a price to get where they are. Nothing truly worthwhile comes without sacrifice. You'll have to give up your time, your comfort, and sometimes even relationships. These sacrifices won't be easy, and they won't always make sense in the moment. But here's the thing. Those sacrifices are investments in your future. They're the foundation for everything you want to achieve. What you give up today will bring you closer to your dreams tomorrow. Let's be clear. Sacrifice isn't about losing. It's not about giving up things just for the sake of it. It's about gaining something greater in return. It's about understanding that the short-term discomfort, the late nights, the sacrifices you make now will lead to long-term success, fulfillment, and growth. Every time you say no to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying yes to the future you want to create. Every ounce of effort you put in today is an investment in a version of you that will be stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling the challenges ahead. It's easy to get caught up in the comfort of the present moment. It's tempting to stay in the routine, to avoid taking risks, and to cling to what's familiar. But greatness doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, from making sacrifices that feel hard at the time, but pay off in ways you can't yet see. You'll have to say no to instant gratification, no to the distractions that pull you away from your purpose, and yes to the work, the discipline, and the sacrifices that will move you closer to your dreams. And those sacrifices will not feel like losses when you look back. Think about the people who've made a real difference in the world. They didn't achieve greatness by taking the easy road. They faced hard choices, and in those moments, they chose to sacrifice what was comfortable for what was necessary. They didn't get to where they are by waiting for the perfect moment or hoping for success to fall into their laps. They understood that the price of greatness was paid daily through choices, through actions, through sacrifices. And now, their sacrifices have shaped a future that others now admire and aspire to. Sacrifice isn't just about what you give up. It's about what you gain in return. Every sacrifice you make is an opportunity to grow. It's a chance to become stronger, more resilient, and more focused on your purpose. The price of success is real, but the rewards are worth it. When you look back at the times you chose to push through, when you chose to sacrifice comfort, ease, and pleasure for the bigger picture, you will realize that every single sacrifice was worth it. The success you achieve will be the reward for every ounce of effort you've put in. So, don't be afraid to make sacrifices. Don't be afraid to give up the things that no longer serve you. The process will challenge you, but it will also build you. You'll emerge stronger, more disciplined, and more prepared for the future you've been working toward. The sacrifices you make today will lay the groundwork for tomorrow's success. The trade-off is worth it. You're not just giving something up, you're gaining the life you've always dreamed of. The road to greatness is built on sacrifices. It's the ability to stay focused, to say no to things that don't matter, and to put in the work when no one is watching. Sacrifice is the price of the life you want to live. And when you reach your destination, you'll look back and understand that every sacrifice, every difficult choice, every moment of doubt was worth it. Because success, the kind that lasts, is built on the foundation of those sacrifices. Part 18, never settle. Never, ever settle for less than what you're capable of. It's easy to fall into the trap of doing just enough, of taking the easy way out, of living in the comfort zone where things are predictable and safe. But you weren't made for mediocrity. You were made for greatness. And greatness doesn't come from settling. It doesn't come from doing what's easy or what's expected. It comes from pushing yourself beyond what you thought was possible, from reaching for things that scare you, and from choosing to go further than the world says you can. You are destined for greatness, but that greatness demands everything you've got. It demands more than you think you're capable of, and it will push you to the limits of your strength, determination, and resilience. But here's the truth. You're capable of more than you know. Don't ever let yourself settle for less than your potential. The only thing holding you back from reaching your highest potential is the belief that you can't reach it. The moment you believe that you're capable of more, you will start reaching for it. And when you reach for it, you will rise to heights you never thought possible. Set the bar high. Don't just aim to meet expectations. Aim to exceed them. Don't just go through the motions of life. Aim to make a difference. When you set your sights on something higher than what's expected, you begin to create a life that reflects the fullness of your potential. Don't limit yourself by what others expect from you. Your potential is limitless. And that's exactly how you should approach life, with a mindset that refuses to settle, a mindset that says, I'm going to keep pushing no matter what because I know I am capable of more. When others tell you you can't, when they doubt you, when they try to place limits on what you can achieve, you tell them, watch me. You don't need to justify your dreams or explain your ambitions to anyone. When the world tells you it's too hard, when the road seems impossible, you don't back down. You don't let fear stop you. You say, I'm harder. I'm stronger. I am capable of more. Hardship doesn't scare you. It motivates you. Because you know that every obstacle is just another step toward your greatness. Never let anyone define what's possible for you. Only you get to decide what you're capable of. You're the one who sets your limits. The moment you let someone else decide your limits, you lose control over your own future. Don't let society's expectations or the opinions of others dictate your path. You are the author of your story, and you're the one who gets to choose how it unfolds. And if you're serious about success, if you're truly ready to step into your greatness, then those limits don't exist. Success isn't about waiting for the right moment. It's about deciding that there are no limits to what you can achieve. You create your own opportunities, you set your own path, and you push yourself past the barriers that others would let stop them. You don't settle. You refuse to accept anything less than your full potential. When the world tries to tell you that something is impossible, you look it square in the face and say, "Watch me." When the journey gets tough, you don't quit. You keep going because you know that greatness lies on the other side of that struggle. You are capable of more than you've ever dreamed. And it's time you stop settling for anything less than that. You are destined for something incredible, something that no one could take away from you. So set your sights high. Go after what you want with everything you've got. And don't let anyone, including yourself, hold you back. Because the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. And if you want to achieve greatness, then those limits simply don't exist. Part 19. The time to act is now. Why wait? Why wait until you're ready? Until everything falls perfectly into place? Until the stars align just right? The truth is, the perfect moment will never come. You'll never have everything figured out, and the conditions will never be flawless. If you keep waiting for that perfect time, you'll end up waiting forever. The best time to act is now. Right now. There's no better moment than today to take the first step toward your future, to make the moves that will change your life. We often get caught up in the illusion that we need everything to be perfect before we can take action. We wait until we feel fully prepared, until we've researched every detail, or until we think the timing is absolutely right. But the truth is, waiting is just procrastination in disguise. Procrastination is the enemy of success. It keeps you stuck, stagnant, and spinning in place. The longer you wait, the longer it takes to make progress, the longer it takes to realize your dreams. When you delay, you're only delaying your own potential. You're putting off the growth, the success, and the transformation that's waiting for you. The longer you put off your dreams, the further away they seem. And while you wait, the world continues to move forward. Opportunities don't wait for you to be ready. They pass by, and someone else takes them. If you don't act now, you'll find yourself watching others live the life you could have had. The only thing standing between you and success is action. It's time to stop thinking about what you could do, what you should do, and start doing it. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to wait until you feel 100% prepared. Action creates momentum. It moves you forward, and it gives you the clarity you need to figure things out along the way. The key is to start right now. It's natural to feel fear, hesitation, or doubt. Everyone feels that way when stepping into something new. But don't let fear stop you. Don't let uncertainty keep you paralyzed in place. The only way to overcome those fears is to act in spite of them. The more you push through, the more you prove to yourself that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. Think about how many times you've said, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'll get to it next week." How many times have you delayed the very things that could change your life? The truth is, tomorrow never comes. The perfect moment is just a myth. The only moment you have is now. And now is the time to take action, to stop letting procrastination control you and start creating the life you desire. So get started right now. Take one small step today. Make that phone call. Start that project. Set that goal. It doesn't matter if you don't have all the answers yet. What matters is that you're moving forward. Every action you take brings you closer to your goal. Every small step is a victory. And when you look back, you'll realize that the act of starting was the hardest part. The rest will fall into place as long as you keep moving. It's easy to think that you need more time, more preparation, or more resources before you begin. But the truth is the best time to act is now. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Make the moment perfect with your action. Create the future you want to live by starting today. The world will not wait for you to be ready, and neither should you. The journey to success is a series of steps, and it all starts with one: the decision to act. Stop putting off your dreams. Stop waiting for the right time. There's no better time than now. So, take that first step, make the move, and watch how the world begins to respond to your courage. Part 20. Embracing failure. Failure is not the end, it's a lesson. It's a chapter in your story that's often necessary for the next great part of your journey. Every successful person you admire, every individual who has reached the top, has faced failure. They didn't run from it. They didn't let it stop them. They used it as fuel to rise again. Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about how you react to it. It's about being able to look failure in the face, learn from it, and then push forward with even more determination. Failure isn't a reflection of your abilities. It's an opportunity to learn, grow, and come back stronger. It's an invitation to become better. When you fail, it's not a sign that you're not good enough. It's a signal that you're trying. It's a signal that you're pushing boundaries, breaking barriers, and stepping into the unknown. Every time you fail, you learn something new about yourself, your limits, and your resilience. The most successful people aren't the ones who have never fallen. They're the ones who got back up every single time. Each failure is a stepping stone on the path to success. It's a necessary part of the journey. Without failure, success would have no meaning. Without failure, there's no real growth. Failure teaches you what works and what doesn't. It sharpens your skills, refines your approach, and forces you to evolve into a better version of yourself. You can't avoid it, but you can use it to your advantage. You can embrace failure as the most valuable teacher you'll ever have. When you embrace failure, you embrace growth. You shift your mindset from seeing failure as a defeat to seeing it as a necessary lesson. You understand that every setback is a setup for something greater. It's in the moments when you feel like everything is falling apart that you learn your greatest lessons. It's those moments that prepare you for success. Without those lessons, success would feel empty, unearned. So, fail, and fail hard, because you're building the foundation for a future filled with victories. Failure doesn't define you. How you rise from it does. Your ability to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward is what truly defines you. It's the strength you gain from each fall, the courage you build from each failure, and the wisdom you carry forward that will eventually lead you to your goals. Every time you get knocked down, you're building resilience, character, and a foundation that will make your success that much sweeter when it finally comes. So, the next time you fail, don't see it as the end. See it as part of your journey, a crucial chapter in your story that's only preparing you for something greater. Failure is a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Every time you get up and try again, you become a little bit stronger, a little bit wiser, and a little bit closer to your dreams. Remember, the greatest successes often come from the greatest failures. Those who succeed aren't those who avoid failure. They're the ones who keep fighting, keep pushing, and keep believing no matter how many times they fall. Embrace failure, because each time you do, you move one step closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Part 21. The power of self-belief. Self-belief is the cornerstone of success. Without it, everything else falls apart. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? No one else can carry the weight of your dreams if you're not willing to carry it yourself. The foundation of all achievement is rooted in one simple truth. You must first believe in your own potential. When you trust your abilities, you unlock an infinite well of potential within you. It's not just about thinking positively or wishing for the best. It's about truly knowing that you have what it takes to succeed, even when the odds are stacked against you. Self-belief isn't about arrogance or overconfidence. It's not about thinking you're invincible. It's about knowing your worth, knowing your capabilities, and having the confidence to act on that knowledge, even when the world doubts you. When you believe in yourself, you acknowledge that you have the strength, the talent, and the resilience to achieve great things, no matter the obstacles in your way. You are the one who has to trust your abilities first. No one else will believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Self-belief is the most important choice you can make, because when you trust yourself, you activate an inner power that pushes you beyond your limitations. It's the fire that keeps you going when the journey gets tough, when others say no, or when the results aren't showing up fast enough. Belief in yourself is the quiet strength that drives you to rise after every fall, to keep pushing when others would quit. When you believe you can, you're halfway there. Self-belief isn't just about wishing for success. It's about knowing, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are capable of achieving it. The moment you believe you can, you begin to unlock the door to your own success. The other half of success is simply taking action. When you trust your abilities, you take bold steps toward your dreams. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect amount of confidence. You take the first step because you know you can handle what comes next. Start believing in yourself today. You don't need to wait for validation from others because you don't need anyone's permission to succeed. Your belief in yourself is what will set the tone for everything that follows. When you have self-belief, you carry an energy that can't be ignored. You begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles. You start taking action with the confidence that no matter what happens, you have what it takes to make it work. And when you act from that place of self-belief, the world begins to respond. People will notice your confidence, your energy, and your drive. When you believe in yourself, others are drawn to that energy. They'll see you as someone who knows where they're going, someone who can be trusted to get things done. Your belief in yourself sends a powerful message to the world. I am capable. I am ready, and I will succeed. Self-belief is magnetic. It attracts not only opportunities, but also the right people to help you along the way. Believe in yourself, even when no one else does. Your belief is the foundation upon which you will build your success. It's the courage to keep going when others have doubts. It's the drive to take the next step, even when the path seems uncertain. It's the power to persist, to fight, and to rise after every fall. So start believing in yourself today. The world will respond to that belief in ways you never thought possible. Your self-belief will lead you to doors you never saw before, to opportunities you never imagined. When you believe in yourself, there's nothing you can't do. Part 22. The strength in vulnerability. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's strength. In a world that prizes perfection, vulnerability is often misunderstood. People associate vulnerability with being soft, being fragile, or being exposed to harm. But the truth is, vulnerability is one of the most powerful acts of courage you can engage in. It takes real strength to show up as your authentic self, to put yourself out there without fear of judgment or rejection. To be vulnerable is to trust yourself and others enough to reveal who you truly are, even when it feels like the world is demanding perfection. In a society where we are constantly bombarded with images of flawless lives, the pressure to conform, to show only the best parts of ourselves, can feel overwhelming. But what if being perfect isn't the goal? What if the real power lies in embracing your flaws and imperfections, in showing up exactly as you are and letting the world see the real you? Vulnerability is the opposite of perfection. It's about embracing the messiness of being human. It's about accepting that you don't have to have it all figured out, that you can be in the process of growing and still be worthy of love, respect, and connection. Vulnerability is about being brave enough to admit that you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. It's about owning your fears, your scars, and your past, and understanding that none of these things define your worth. It takes strength to be vulnerable, because it requires you to be honest with yourself and others. You show up unapologetically human, knowing that even in your rawest form, you still have value. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you open the door to deeper connections. It's in our shared vulnerability that we find empathy and understanding. We all face struggles, we all have fears, and we all experience pain. But when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable with others, we give them the space to do the same. In that shared vulnerability, we connect on a deeper level than we ever could by hiding behind a facade of perfection. Being vulnerable doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're strong enough to be seen for who you truly are. It means you're brave enough to show the world your scars and to embrace them as part of your story. It means you understand that your worth doesn't come from being flawless. It comes from your courage to be real. Vulnerability is an act of rebellion in a world that tells you to hide your flaws, to pretend that you have it all together, when in reality, we're all just doing the best we can. There is immense strength in showing up as your true self, in not hiding behind masks, in being open about your struggles and your strengths. When you're vulnerable, you allow others to see the real you, and that authenticity is magnetic. It's in that authentic connection with others that you find true strength, because you're no longer carrying the weight of pretending to be someone you're not. You become free to be who you are, and in that freedom, you find power. Vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. It's a source of power, of courage, and of connection. It's the foundation of deep relationships and meaningful experiences. When you choose to be vulnerable, you choose to live authentically. You choose to be real, to show up as your whole self, and to offer that part of you to the world. And in doing so, you'll find that the more you embrace your vulnerability, the stronger you become. Part 23. The power of taking risks. Risk. It's a scary word, isn't it? It's one of those words that makes you pause, hesitate, and wonder whether it's worth it. But here's the thing. Risk is also the key to success. Without risk, there is no reward. Without stepping out of your comfort zone, without daring to take that leap, you'll never know what you're capable of achieving. Risk is what separates those who dream from those who make those dreams a reality. Think about it. Every successful person you admire, every person who has done something remarkable, has taken risks. And they didn't know if they'd succeed. They didn't have all the answers. They didn't have the certainty that everything would work out perfectly. But what they did have was the courage to try. They chose action over inaction, bravery over fear, and trust over doubt. They understood that success isn't about having everything figured out. It's about having the courage to step into the unknown and take that risk. It's easy to stay in the safety of what's familiar. It's easy to stick to what you know, to avoid the unknown, to play it safe. But you cannot grow without taking risks. You cannot achieve greatness by staying in your comfort zone. You have to be willing to risk failure, rejection, and discomfort. You have to be willing to take that leap of faith, to trust yourself, even when the path ahead is unclear. That's where the magic happens. When you take that risk, you open yourself up to the possibility of success. When you take a risk, you're saying, I trust myself. You're saying that no matter what happens, you have the strength to handle it, to learn from it, and to keep going. Taking risks is not about being reckless. It's about being willing to trust in your abilities, to have faith in your resilience, and to believe that you have everything you need to make it. The risks you take today are the stepping stones to the rewards of tomorrow. But it's not just about the big risks. Risk comes in many forms. Sometimes it's choosing to say yes to an opportunity when you feel unprepared. Sometimes it's speaking up when you're afraid of being judged. Sometimes it's deciding to take the first step when the journey ahead seems too overwhelming. Even the smallest risk can lead to the biggest rewards. The greatest rewards come from the greatest risks. Every successful person knows this. Whether it's the entrepreneur who invested everything in their dream, the athlete who pushed beyond their limits, or the artist who shared their work with the world despite the fear of rejection, they all took risks. And in doing so, they created opportunities for success that would have never been possible if they had played it safe. You have to trust that the risk is worth it. You have to trust that even if you don't succeed right away, even if you face setbacks, it will be worth it in the end. Because the truth is, if you never take that risk, you'll never know what could have been. You'll never know what you could have achieved, what doors could have opened for you, or what incredible experiences you could have had. By taking risks, you put yourself in a position to grow, to learn, and to achieve more than you ever thought possible. So take that leap. Step into the unknown. Trust in yourself, and trust that you have everything you need to make it. The world doesn't reward the cautious. It rewards the bold, the brave, and the willing to risk it all for something greater. And remember, it's not about having all the answers. It's about having the courage to try. It's about stepping forward even when the road is uncertain and trusting that, in the end, the risk will lead to your greatest reward. Part 24. Push beyond your limits. What's beyond your limits? You have no idea. You think you've reached the edge, the point where you can't go any further. You tell yourself, this is all I can do. This is the best I've got. But the truth is, we all have limits. And while those limits are real, they are not the final destination. They're just starting points, markers along the way that tell you where you are now, not where you can end up. When you think you've reached your limit, dig deeper. The moment you feel like you've hit the wall, when every fiber of your being says, I can't, that's when you need to push harder. Push beyond the pain. Push beyond the doubt. Push beyond the fear that tries to keep you in your comfort zone. The real power comes when you keep going when it feels impossible, when you refuse to let your perceived limits define you. Because you'll discover strength in places you never knew existed. You are stronger than you think. What you perceive as your limits are merely the boundaries your mind has set for you. But the truth is, the mind is a powerful tool, and it can be trained to break through those limits. Every time you push past your comfort zone, you are expanding those boundaries, showing yourself that you are capable of so much more. What you think is impossible today is within your reach tomorrow. When you push beyond what you think you're capable of, you unlock new potential. You'll discover resilience you didn't know you had, determination you never realized was inside you, and strength that comes from refusing to quit. Every time you push further, you set a new limit and then break it. Each time you rise to the challenge, you grow stronger, more confident, and more unstoppable. And when you look back at the limits you've overcome, you will realize that they were just stepping stones, not barriers. The beauty of pushing beyond your limits is that it's a journey of constant growth. Each time you push past what you thought was your limit, you become more powerful. You start to see yourself as someone capable of achieving far more than you ever imagined. Your limits become the measuring sticks of your progress, but they do not define your future. You define your future with your actions, your persistence, and your unwavering determination to keep going. It's easy to settle for what feels comfortable. It's easy to stay within the boundaries you've set for yourself. But comfort does not lead to greatness. Comfort keeps you where you are. Comfort tells you this is enough, but greatness tells you there's always more. There's always more potential inside you, more strength waiting to be unlocked, more heights to be reached. So, the next time you think you've reached your limit, dig deeper. Push beyond the fatigue, beyond the doubts, beyond the fear. Because when you do, you'll find that your limit was never really your limit. It was just the beginning of something greater. You are capable of more than you've ever realized. And when you push beyond those limits, you will soar to new heights, achieving things that once seemed impossible. There's always more waiting for you. You just have to push past your limits to find it. Part 25, The Victory of Persistence. Do you know what separates the successful from the unsuccessful? Persistence. It's not about being the most talented, the most gifted, or the luckiest. Success isn't about being the best. It's about being the one who never gave up. It's about the person who kept going when everyone else threw in the towel. It's about the one who decided that failure was not an option, that no setback, no obstacle would stop them from moving forward. Persistence is your secret weapon. It's the ability to get up again and again, even after setbacks, even after failure. It's the refusal to quit, no matter how tough the road gets. Life doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your setbacks or how many times you've been knocked down. It only cares about one thing: how many times you choose to rise, how many times you choose to keep fighting. When the road gets tough, when the odds are against you, most people will quit. They will look at the challenges ahead and decide that it's just too hard, that it's too much to handle. But the ones who succeed, the ones who make it to the top, are the ones who refuse to quit. They know that the only way to achieve their dreams is by continuing to push forward, even when the world is telling them to stop. Persistence isn't about never failing. It's about never quitting. It's about having the resilience to get back up, no matter how many times you fall. Every time you rise, every time you pick yourself up after a setback, you're building something within you that no one can take away. It's the strength of character, the determination, and the relentless drive to keep going. Think about the challenges you've faced in your life. How many times did you feel like giving up? How many times did you think you couldn't go any further? And yet, here you are. You didn't quit. You didn't give up, no matter how hard it got. You may not have been able to see it at the time, but each of those moments of perseverance was building the foundation of your success. Every time you refused to quit, you were one step closer to your goals. Persistence is the key that unlocks all doors. The journey to success is long and difficult. There will be days when you feel like nothing is working, when the weight of failure feels too heavy to carry. But persistence is what makes the difference. It's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's the one thing you can control: your ability to keep going, to keep trying, and to keep pushing forward, no matter how hard the road gets. And when you look back, you'll realize that persistence was the key all along. Every time you keep going, even when it's tough, you're building momentum. You're moving closer to your success, to your dreams, to the person you were always meant to be. The secret to victory is persistence. It's the quiet determination to rise again, the quiet refusal to accept defeat, no matter what. So, when life throws challenges your way, remember this. You have the power to persist. You have the strength to keep going when others quit. And you will succeed because you refuse to give up. Part 26, The Power of Focus. In a world filled with distractions, the one who can focus is the one who wins. Every day, we're bombarded by endless distractions, social media notifications, constant emails, the noise of the outside world. It's so easy to get pulled in different directions, to lose sight of what truly matters. But here's the truth. Focus is everything. Focus is the difference between those who succeed and those who get lost in the noise. Success isn't about working hard or being busy. It's about being focused. When you stay focused on your goal, nothing can distract you. Your focus is your shield against the world's distractions. It's the tool that will protect your dreams and keep you on track when everything else tries to pull you off course. Focus is your power. Think about the most successful people you know, the ones who have achieved extraordinary things. What do they all have in common? It's not that they have more time, more resources, or more talent than you. It's that they have the ability to stay focused on what matters, no matter the distractions around them. They understand that focus is the key to everything. When you're focused, you are unstoppable. The world will try to drown out your dreams. It will throw challenges, criticism, and distractions your way, making it easy to forget why you started in the first place. But your focus is your anchor. It keeps you grounded, keeps you moving forward, and keeps you from getting lost in the noise. When you allow distractions to take over, they steal your energy, your time, and your attention. They pull you away from the things that truly matter. So how do you maintain focus in a world that's constantly trying to pull you in 1,000 different directions? You commit to it. You prioritize what's important. Focus doesn't come naturally to most of us. It's something that takes practice. It's about making intentional choices to tune out the noise and concentrate on your goals. It's about learning to say no to the things that don't serve you, even if they're loud, demanding, or seem urgent. Focus means putting your energy into what aligns with your vision and cutting out everything else. Your dreams are worth the effort. They deserve your full attention. The only way to bring them to life is to stay focused on them, no matter how many distractions come your way. Don't let the noise of the world drown out your dreams. Don't let the opinions of others, the trivial matters, or the fear of failure take away your focus. Your focus is your superpower. It's the difference between merely dreaming and achieving. When you're focused, you eliminate doubt, you eliminate distractions, and you eliminate the fear of what others think. You're no longer bogged down by things that aren't serving your purpose. Instead, you're laser focused on the things that will push you closer to your goals. Every action, every decision, every step you take is aligned with your vision. That's the power of focus. It brings clarity, it brings momentum, and it brings results. Focus is not just about ignoring distractions. It's about actively choosing where to put your energy, where to direct your attention, and how to spend your time. It's about making sure that every day you're moving closer to your dreams, no matter how big or small the step may be. Focus is your most valuable resource. When you harness it, you unlock your full potential. It becomes the engine that drives you forward, even in the toughest moments. So, start today. Take control of your focus. Clear the clutter in your mind. Eliminate the distractions in your environment and direct your energy toward what truly matters. When you focus, you can achieve anything. Your focus is your power. Harness it, protect it, and watch how it transforms your life. Part 27. The impact of your actions. Every action you take today will shape your future. It might seem like the small, everyday decisions don't matter much, but they do. Every single action you take is like a stone you're laying down to build the path toward your future. The choices you make, the decisions you act on, they all matter. They're the threads that weave the fabric of your destiny. Every time you choose to take action, whether big or small, you're getting closer to the life you've always imagined. It's easy to think that success comes from one big move, the lucky break, the huge decision that catapults you to where you want to be. But the truth is, success is not about one grand moment. It's about the consistent daily actions you take. It's about the little steps you take every day, the way you show up for your goals, even when it feels like the progress is slow. The small, everyday decisions you make compound over time, building momentum toward your success. Every small step leads to a bigger one. It's the law of progress. Small actions repeated over time create massive results. Think about the last time you achieved something big. Did it happen all at once? Or was it the result of consistent effort, of small choices made every day that eventually led to that success? That's the power of consistency. It's the small things you do every day that make the biggest difference. Those small actions compound and build on one another, creating the momentum needed to push you toward your dreams. The more you take action, the closer you get to your dreams. Every time you act, you move a little bit closer to your goal. It doesn't matter if you don't see immediate results. What matters is that you're moving. Action is progress, and even the smallest actions are better than standing still. When you keep moving, when you keep taking steps, you're making things happen, even if you don't see it right away. Remember, success isn't just about the big moves. It's about the consistent actions you take every day. It's about making a choice to move forward, even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't know what's coming next. Every decision you make, every action you take, is pushing you toward the future you want. The real magic happens in the day-to-day grind, in the small steps that lead to something bigger. You're writing your future with every decision you make. With every action, you're creating the life you will live tomorrow. Every time you choose to take action, you're shaping your future. You are the architect of your own life, and your actions are the tools that build it. Every time you make a decision to move forward, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you, you're writing a new chapter of your story. So, don't wait for a better time or the perfect opportunity. Take action now. You have the power to shape your future through the choices you make today. Your future is not something that just happens to you. It's something you create with every step, every decision, and every action. So, keep taking those steps, no matter how small they seem. Because in the end, it's the consistent actions you take every day that will turn your dreams into reality. Part 28. Your moment of glory. This is your moment. The moment when you stop doubting yourself, stop hesitating, and decide to rise relentless. All the times you've questioned your ability, all the moments you've wondered if you're really cut out for this, it all ends now. This is when you take control, when you stop waiting for permission, when you stop letting fear hold you back. The time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. This is your moment to claim the future you've always dreamed of. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. You've put in the work, you've faced the setbacks, and you've kept going even when it felt like the road would never end. And now, it's time to claim what's yours. This is the moment you've been waiting for, the culmination of everything you've worked for. The journey hasn't been easy, but the victory, oh, the victory is sweet. Every moment of doubt, every challenge you've faced, every sacrifice you've made, they've all led to this. Every hardship has been a stepping stone, every failure a lesson, every setback an opportunity to grow. And now, you stand at the precipice of something incredible. Your moment of glory is here, and everything you've gone through has prepared you for this. When you look back, you'll see that everything you went through led to this. Every step, every tear, every hour of hard work, it was all worth it. The struggles you faced were just the foundation of your success. They were the building blocks that shaped you into the person you are now, the person capable of seizing this moment. Your resilience, your determination, and your refusal to quit have brought you here. Now, this is the time to rise. This is the time to fight for what you've worked for. This is the time to claim your future with everything you've got. You fought too hard. You've come too far to turn back now. The glory is within reach, and you're the one who can grab it. This is your moment. Your time has come. You've earned it. You've fought for it. Now it's time to claim it. Rise, fight, and claim your future because it's waiting for you. And when you look back, you'll see that all the struggles, all the doubts, and all the challenges were just part of the path that led to your moment of glory. The best is yet to come. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.